And he escaped just in time. Hello, everybody. This is Weekend, and hold on one second.
Welcome to Weekended. But before you go and relax this weekend or head to a comics event, let's get you in to know of all the comics news that came over the Comics News Wire this week, that turned heads and comics pages in this comic book industry. And now, to our anchors to give you the news you need to know.
That was a shorter intro than I was used to.
Wait, we're done? What?
Wait, what happened here? Hey, see?
Good morning. Morning, comics fans. How everybody doing? This is, of course, Weekend, where we talk about the news in mainstream and indie comics, and we're happy to have you here this morning. Good morning, Meredith Locker. How are you doing this morning?
I am doing well. I am juiced up on coffee and adrenaline, and let's get this done.
Ooh,
we got a weekend to do.
I'm telling you. Speaking of weekend, don't we have some news about this weekend?
We do. In fact, we have a guest down below. We're going to invite him out from the green room so he can talk about what's happening with Sunday Comics Brunch.
Oh.
Hello, everybody. You might know me, and if you don't, I don't know why you're tuning into this show, honestly.
It's sort of pretty.
I mean, it's just true. Like, people just don't. They tune in just to see the dumb things I'll say. I'm Mr. Anderson, the Comics Advocate. And we have some news. It's good and bad. We will be putting the Comics Brunch show on hiatus throughout the summer, starting in May. We're doing this because conventions are returning, so it's a good thing. We never intended for the Sunday Comics Brunch to really run through the con season. Even when we were developing it, Meredith and me talked about it. I was like, we could try to go live, but it's also a pain in the ass to try to go live. And we figured with all the traveling we're going to have to do, because Meredith's going to have to do some traveling for some shows as well. And then it would just be C and then C. I'm sure you're trying to do some shows this year, right? You're starting to look.
We're trying to get over there to MegaCon this August right now. Who knows what else will come up?
Yeah, so, I mean, it is literally just one of those times where you have to look at the field. You have to realize, you know what? This was cool. This was a great time that we all had kind of hanging out, but it's time to go back to normal. And this is a show that, let's be honest, it's good for the football season. It's good for, like, you know, the fall, the winter, when we're all kind of hanging out. The Sunday Comics Brunch was meant to that. Just sit around. Even during the summer, sometimes Meet the Press takes weeks off at a time. A lot of the news shows takes weeks off at a time. And this is your first summer to go out and play, guys. You get to go back out into the world, get your shots, get vaccinated, help us get to the point where we can get rid of these freaking masks. Although I will say, a mask at a show might not be the worst thing in the world for the con crud that people deal with.
You want to get rid of the mask so you can put masks on.
Meredith.
You're muted.
I was going to say that is a real thing, though, the con crud. But you know what? The cosplayers, there's a lot of them that wear masks just by default. But I think that this past year has been a good lesson in just basic public hygiene, which is great. But I never had a problem with that because I'm like OCD and I wash my hands all the time and I have my baby wipes and things like that. So I don't know, but yeah, no, the con crud is real, and maybe just maybe, but there are some people who have issues with it. Like I'm not 100% comfortable with it, but you know, it is what it is, and we take every situation as we come, and you know, a lot of the conventions are going to have certain requirements that if you want to attend, you know,
yeah.
You're going to have to mask up, do the social distancing still. And so we see what we see.
I'm okay with the social distancing, honestly. You don't have to be up on top of me. We're good.
I don't think you're going to be able to social distance at New York Comic Con, which later in the show is a bit of a spoiler, as announced there actually happened.
Ooh.
So you guys are going to see that.
So now, but Rob, okay. So since that's a spoiler, are they no details? Okay, so we don't even know dates or if it's going to be on top of something else.
Reed didn't make the announcement. I'm sure it's because they got their permits filed that the news agencies have now leaked it. Like New York, I mean, Reed had said that they were planning on the planning stages, but now New York One just today said that it is happening, and they announced the date, which will be the 4th. October 4th will be when New York Comic Con returns after just 1 year on hiatus. They will apparently supposed to be doing a hybrid of, this is going to be what they're going to try for the first 6 shows that are going to do it, and then they're going to give this up. They're going to do an online experience, and they're going to do a in-person experience. I'm sure what will happen is the online experience will stop being free and start being charged for, and it'll probably be like $2.99. But I'll be honest, I'd pay $2.99 for coverage of San Diego Comic-Con. If you got me into panel rooms and you got me able to see things like exclusive things, yeah, I would pay $2.99 for that. I just hope they don't do pay-per-view pricing. But what we're going to do with the Sunday Comics Brunch, with everything in mind now, this weekend we're going to talk about cons coming back. You're going to hear about all the different cons, all the different news, some cancellations, some things popping back up. We have some guests on there. We're going to offer the room to anyone who wants to come in. That's why we're announcing it today. Come in and tell us about the shows you're going to. If you know a promoter that wants some publicity, have them come on to the Sunday Comics Brunch this Sunday. The second week, we're going to talk about how we survived everything we've gone through and what do we learn. I really want to talk about what did we learn on that second week of the Sunday Comics Brunch. We'll have a great guest. Chris from Comic Book School is going to be joining us, and he's going to be talking about winning the award for a short from an anthology that was made in the middle of this craziness that was 2020. So we're going to have that, and we'll invite everyone else. Tell us what you learned. Tell us how you pivoted. Tell us how you did better as a creator after going through the experiences you have. Like, where did you improve yourself? What did you learn? And then the third week will be a look forward. We won't see you again on that show until the fall. So we're going to have, hopefully, predictions. We'll have people talking about things they might be running. You guys are going to be hearing about us talking about maybe even another continuum. You're going to have to tune in for that week to see. I mean, things are crazy. They're going to be happening fast. I'm booking shows. I know a lot of other people are beginning to book shows. Tune in this Sunday and find out what's going on. And then, start our journey to the hiatus as we hit the road and we get back on to the Comic-Con highway. It's been too long since we got to drive on it, so it's about time we got back to it.
Rob, before you go, okay, tell us a little bit about the Comic-Con highway and where they can find that.
If you go to advocatecomics.com right now, you will go into the room. I'm going to be updating it over the next 24 hours with new stuff, new information, all the shows that we know are lining up. And what we're doing for now is we have it in one room. We usually broke it by the actual dates. Every week had its own room. But so many things are still in flux. Every state is different. This is not a moment where we're telling you to take your mask off and run around freely. This is going to happen in stages. There's going to be complications. They're even talking about vaccine passports. I don't know if that's going to play into account. So you're going to want to stay tuned to Weekended, as Weekended will bring you the news. Indie Know will give you specials as we learn things about as we're going forward, and we'll go over that whole plan and architecture that we're going to have for you this actual Sunday. So this Sunday it is when the Comic-Con Highway, that show, begins and kicks off again. And it will be returning on Thursdays to give you a forecast every week about what's going on this week. There might be a couple weeks where we're like, hey, next week we have a show. But we're going to get to a point where it's going to be 15, 20 shows in one weekend. I guarantee it. Especially with, as of recording this today on the 9th, we have vaccinated in America. I believe they just said it on the news I was watching, 170 million Americans. We're getting there, guys. That's over half the population has gotten at least one vaccine. I think the numbers of just vaccinated is 100 million, because you have some of them are 2 doses, some of them are 1 doses. So, I mean, if you're in Florida, 16 and above, I don't know what the other states are because I'm not there yet, but I think New York and New Jersey are actually lower now too, or they're about to be lower. Look it up. Get your vaccine. Let's get back to normal. Let's burn these fucking masks like they're bras in the 60s, and let's get our freedom back.
Wow.
I personally will never burn my bra. I need that sucker.
But I'm okay with burning these masks. I am not a fan. A mask does not look good with a goatee. It just looks like you have a furry mask. And with that, I'm out of here. You guys enjoy the news. I will talk to you later. Remember to join us at Sunday Comics Brunch at 11 a.m. or 11:05, 11:10. It's morning.
11-ish.
Yeah, it's evil. Every morning is
We'll be
evil.
around somewhere there. Just keep looking for us.
AM stands for absolutely monstrously evil. The evil is so evil, it hides. It's not AEM like it should be. It's just AM because it hides from everybody. But everyone who wakes up in the morning to take their kid to school or go to work, you know what I mean. Have a good show, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Rob.
And speaking
of shows and things like that, even Geek Insider has stepped back a little bit, because with summertime, people want to go out. They want to do their barbecues. They want to go to events and things like that. They want to go to the beach or the park, and that's great. But that doesn't mean that all the shows are disappearing. In fact, we'll probably be testing out pilots and things like that. So, yeah, all I can say is. Yeah, go ahead.
You over there, y'all have a numerous amount of shows in Florida. It's amazing to me how many shows you have in Florida. Here, I can think of 2.
Yeah,
Louisiana.
Yeah.
There's just not many shows here.
Yep.
But y'all have a huge amount of shows over there. So we see y'all moving around. Well, y'all have been moving around, really.
Well,
So.
and the thing that I can say is that head over to Comic Book Advocates and Geek Insider on YouTube. All right, both of them have channels. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications bell if you want to know when we're going live. You'll get a notification to your inbox, or you'll get a notification on your phone when we go live. So, and again, a few pilots might show up so that we're testing the waters to see what's good, what's not, what catches, and what needs to be retired fairly quickly. And so you never know. But we've got, over at Geek Insider too, we've got our Monday interviews. It's COMiX Talk. Yeah. Our Monday COMiX Talk, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. And we might even be moving that timetable around also. You never know.
Right.
But anyway,
all right.
Weekended.
Let's do this.
Let's do that.
I'm not sure if I can show this image, but let's go for it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Oh, the mouse is coming after you, see?
Me? I'm not the producer. I'm just the pretty face. What? You want to read this?
If you support autism awareness, it is Autism Awareness Month. And, there are a lot of people out there who look normal. And I always say, don't judge a book by its cover. And then there are some people who are on the scale who are having a bad day and maybe overstimulated and things like that. And cut them a break. It doesn't take anything but a little effort to be kind, and just be aware that we look the same. I'm an Aspie, and I have people have come up to me and says, "Well, how are you an Aspie? You look normal." If they only knew.
Looks can be deceiving.
Yes, looks can be deceiving. But, be kind, take a moment, don't judge. And that's really all I have to say about that.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, let's move on. We got some WandaVision news.
Yes.
WandaVision writer Jacques Schaefer says there's a sad reason why Evan Peters replaced Quicksilver. Yeah, because the Quicksilver was dead. Isn't that what the sad reason was anyway?
I would think so, right?
I don't know. But if you want to know what they're talking about, go over to comicbook.com, check it out. I thought the Evan Peters thing was put to rest, but apparently it's not.
I guess.
I don't want to go there now.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go from Steve Colley. This fascinating article has a lot to offer our community, even if it never once mentions comics or publishing. Why is it here then? This study of branding and the thoughts and processes that go into logo design, including hits and misses, is an eye-opening opportunity for each of us as creators and businesses. And quite honestly, if you're a comic book creator and you want to publish, you are your own business.
Yep.
So, and that is on Bloomberg.com.
Wow. All right. Check that out, guys. Benjamin Cook presents Apex #1, 25 pages of sci-fi lore in the ghetto of the future. So, let's see. I don't know where this is. I have no idea.
Well,
I mean, it's on Backer Paws.
It was on Backer Paws. So I guess you can find the link through the comicbookadvocates.com. Or
so.
no, creator. What was that website?
Let's see.
Creatorsofwrittensins.com.
Looks like it's going to be on Kickstarter.
Okay.
And it ends Friday, April 30th, 2021. See, that's what we do. We do investigative journalism here.
Yeah.
That's how we solve this problem. What? but I'm not going to do it all the time, guys. So make sure you put your info in there. Let us see it. Let us know. And I don't think that's what happened here. I'm pretty sure the info just got jumbled around because, Facebook. Anyway.
And Twitter. Both of them playing games.
Don't poke both bears. It's one thing to poke one bear, not the other one. That guy. Anyway, but yeah, so check out Apex. It's over there on Kickstarter.
Okay. And we've got Baby Yoda here. Oh my gosh, is it eating the bunny? No.
Yeah. Say it isn't eating the eggs.
Art of Chris Mad. Hey, eat the bunny rabbit. It's all right. Happy Easter to everybody too. That was last Sunday. Hope you're all enjoying your holiday as much as Grogu. The Art of Chris Mad. That's kind of funny. Oh I don't know. It appeals to me. I'm kind of dark.
Mickey Mouse and Grogu being on here. That's it. Right? Well, thank you for tuning in for our last show.
I know we've been canceled.
Oh my gosh. All right. This is from the national.scot/news or the national.scot. Well, I like that. The national.scot. Scottish comic book team celebrate Kiltopia TV deal with U.S. studio. Oh, cool. So the Scott's comic book team is inviting fans to visit their Kiltopia after optioning the TV rights to a U.S. studio. You want to check that out on the national.scot. Like I said, .scot. God, I love that. I just like saying that. The national.scot. Y'all are getting some special time to say. So go check that out, guys. Kiltopia. Look for it.
Kiltopia. And this was shared by Heather Ellen. What do we have here? Monty Michael Moore. You want more. You definitely want more. I'm proud to debut one of the first rock star variant covers for the upcoming Blood and Bullets graphic novel campaign, which launches this Wednesday. I guess that launched already, you guys. I was thrilled to work with longtime fan favorite industry artist Jason Metcalf on this cover, with great colors added by Federico Pepito Sioc Jr. This will be one of the many covers that will be available in this Western graphic novel that has more bite than most. Special thanks to Richard Boom and Kevin Guillot. Monty Michael Moore, the triple M there, great sketches. Head over there and check it out.
That is a beautiful cover right there. All right, what do we have here? Speaking of comic book shows, comic book show takes place Saturday. If you're over at the South Bend Comic Book Convention, takes place from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday at Comfort Suites. So if you're over there in that area, check it out. If you need more information, go look at southbendtribune.com. And I guess you're going to be seeing a lot more of that coming up. Maybe not today. Hey, I didn't know Star Trek and X-Men had a crossover. What? Anyway, moving on.
I guess you're going to be looking for that when you're at the comic book shop.
Probably not. There's just something.
Where's the love?
Look, I like certain things because they're in their own little lane. I'm not a big crossover person, so I'm good.
I like crossovers. They're fun Easter eggs sometimes. So this is from Gamal Hennessy, creativecontractconsulting.com. There's a lot of information. Head over there, give it a subscribe, sign up for the newsletter, and check out his website. But he says here, if comics are a form of commercial art, then the development of the art requires both business and creative support. Focusing on only one side limits the potential of the project. And that kind of talks to what we were saying before as far as branding and your logo and things like that. I see kind of a common theme here.
Yeah. Right. Well, it's getting to be that time. People seeing cons opening up, so we're starting to see a little bit more information about
Well, there are a lot of people who are creators, independent creators, whether you're into comic books, whether you're a writer, whether you're a musician, you can have the best stuff out there, but if nobody knows who you are and what you do, you're not going to sell anything. So it's really important to get out there and kind of brand yourself and learn at least the basics of marketing. Yeah.
Yeah. Better hire somebody to do it for you. Anyway, no, but hire somebody good if you're going to. Make sure they know what they're doing. No matter what, you're not getting out of research, guys. That's just not going to happen. You need to see what works, what doesn't work, and who works and who doesn't. So
yeah, and you have to know where your audience is. So if you do hire somebody, you can say, "Hey, focus over here because that's where my people are."
One thing you can't do with marketing is crossover. Here we go. Crossovers. We have RWBY and Justice League #1. RWBY is an anime. I don't think it was a manga. It might have become a manga later on. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the DC Comics and Rooster Teeth crossover RWBY/Justice League gets underway this coming Tuesday, which I guess was the past Tuesday. If y'all want to know more about that, because I guess that's Wonder Woman right there. I'm not sure.
I can't
Interesting.
tell.
That's an interesting take on Wonder Woman. Check out FlickeringMyth.com. So if you're a fan of Justice League, you like that Zack Snyder one, go check out and see. You're a fan of Justice League and RWBY. I haven't watched the show, but I do know there are people. I have friends who are fans of it, so it's a pretty big thing.
Okay, this was shared by Richard Davis. An Elegant Weapon was live, a podcast that is new to me, so I want to check that out. So a chat with Rich Davis, writer of Cult of Dracula.
All right.
I have no other information beyond this, but he's got 464 views as at the time that this was taken a snapshot of. So, yeah, check it out.
You could probably go over to Facebook and go look at Elegant Weapon. Check out what it says there. I'm sure you'll find that.
Yeah.
Oh, golly, this coffee juice needs to work a little bit faster. I'm telling you that now. Oh, all right. Superman comic books available this week. Oh, coming out April 6th, which was Tuesday. DC has released a list of comic books and other items on sale this week. Here are Superman-related items in that list. And, of course, we see Superman has his own webpage, supermanhomepage.com. So if you are all about all things Superman, why does he have a U on his chest? Well, go check that out at supermanhomepage.com and find out. These pictures are distracting.
And what do we have here, Cat Dad and Super Mom? It is distributed nationally thanks to Scoot. So Rob Anderson, Chuck Pinault. Let's see here. I told my LCS, my local comic book shop, about the book, and he ordered a couple for the shop. This was awesome. By Specs Thompson. Thank you for doing that. And, when you look through the catalog and you see those things and you don't see it in your local shop, let them know so that they can order it and put it on the shelves. Cat Dad and Super Mom. That is amazing. Congratulations, Rob. It's a really good book.
Okay, you want to talk about themes. Another crossover. We have Batman and Snake Eyes will face off. Not only is this a crossover, this is a crossover within a crossover inside of a crossover. Batman and Snake Eyes will face off in Batman/Fortnite 0 comic book series. When I was a kid, I used to take my Batman and Snake Eyes action figures and imagine up scenarios in which the two characters would fight. Well, somebody got their dreams come true. I wasn't a G.I. Joe fan. Don't tell anybody. But if you want to know more about it, go check it out at geektyrant.com. See, that might actually be a death blow to my persona.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice knowing you.
Oh, well. I'll get over it. I don't apologize.
Don't apologize. Never apologize. And this was shared by Ryan Palmer. What do we have here? New pages, 30-year illustrator legend Dheeraj Verma is at his career best right now, a master in his craft. Back us in June, the debut graphic novel, Hayward Saints 8. It's not a comic book. It's a sequential symphony.
Okay.
I love how we get creative in how we describe our things. Kind of that. I think we would remember that.
A sequential symphony.
A sequential symphony.
Okay, that
Sign up for
sounds
the
awesome.
email updates and the link, and that is over on Indiegogo, you guys. Hey, Vard Saint S8. I think it was SF.
Maybe. See, I hope they put it in the hashtags. Sequential symphony. I think I might remember that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, what do
Oh,
we have
some,
here?
oh, good. We had some Sonjaversal. Sonjaversal, Dynamite's Red Sonja event, Sonjaversal, continues this Wednesday with the release of issue number 3. Check out a sneak preview here on FlickeringMyth.com.
Okay.
So before you head out to the comic book shop, guys, go check it out on FlickeringMyth.com.
Mm-hmm. And here's a little bit more of Cult of Dracula. Reviews for Cult of Dracula #1 are starting to roll out. Check this one out from Stephen Lightman at Vocal Media Geeks. The opening here is certainly one that you will never forget. It is everything that you want in an opening, and then some, as this kind of brutal carnage that we see with very few spoken words lets the reader's mind and imagination do most of the deductive work, thus ensuring that there is an investment and engagement in the book from the first page and moving forward. The writer has a strong eye for storytelling. And that was from vocal.media. Check them out. Look for Cult of Dracula #1 by SourcePoint Press or through SourcePoint Press, and check out the rest of their review.
All right. Well, look at here. This is the MCU and the Marvel Comics universe working together to ensure their future. Loki's latest trailer made a Fantastic Four comics value skyrocket. So the latest Loki trailer has helped bump up the secondary market sales price on the first appearance of Owen Wilson's character Mobius. You want to check out that on CBR.com. So see, you never know. Go ahead and collect those comics, guys. You never know when it's going to be something.
Mm-hmm. And what do we have here? This is from on YouTube, Redshift Scout Comics teaser trailer. Issue 1 of Redshift releases in May of 2021. So make sure that you give it some love. Follow Scout Comics and see what's going on for the latest updates.
Yeah. Go check out that teaser trailer, I guess. I don't think we can play it here, so.
No, probably not.
Oh, coming from another source that is not a comic book source, focus on Black-owned business. Northeast Ohio comic book company FutureGen creates characters and fun. You want to check that out on beaconjournal.com.
Okay. I love seeing that. More and more news sources, local news and things like that, highlighting comics.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good thing for the industry. Okay, what do we have here from Joey Galvez? New episode drop, Kickstarter connection with Benjamin Morris, creator of We Are Twilight. Click below to listen now. And you can find that on houseofindiepod.com. Kickstarter connection. We are Scarlet Twilight #1.
All right. I think that top one was I think they left out the Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the comic guys is We Are Scarlet Twilight. So let's see. The best comics to read in April, Keys to the Past and Future. From a new X-Men series to a crossover between the Sandman and Lock and Key, here are EW's picks for the best comics to check out. So go look over there, EW.com. I guess that's Entertainment Weekly.
I think so, yep.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what they have to say or what they think.
Here we go from Craig Sawyer. Only 6 more days left. Oh, it's less than that right now. And that is in order to get yourself a copy of Mars City Vice issue #2 and catch up with issue #1. Thanks to all who have backed the project so far. If you like comics and fun, action-packed sci-fi, give it a shot. There are digital copies for $4 to read on your handheld and printed copies for the old school crowd. Thank you. That's over on Indiegogo. Take a look at Mars City Vice. Issue
don't
number
know.
2.
Not too much about the old school crowd.
I do love flipping through books because I'm on my computer all day. The last thing I want to do is get a tablet and read for enjoyment.
I say
But
that's the
that's
thing.
just me.
My daughter's 15 years old, almost going on 16, and she'd rather have the physical copy than reading it on her
Mhm.
tablet.
Mhm.
So no, don't underestimate the power of a floppy, guys. That it's still there. There's something about being able to hold something that adds to the atmosphere of the story itself.
Well, not only that, see, but I know that there was a book I had gotten, Only Death Can Save Us, and I opened up that book and you could smell the ink,
Mhm.
and so there's something about the smell of books and the ink and that whole thing about, and maybe it's just me growing up kind of, in newspaper print and stuff and getting that ink all over my hands.
Well,
Uh,
what you're dealing with is you're hitting all five senses. You had sight, sound, the sound of the paper moving, the smell,
yeah.
the feel, and so all those sensory cues help you to
Mhm.
even remember the book and bring it up in times later on. So hey, I remember that book. I'd like to go back and reread it. Who
Yep.
knows? You might end up selling 5 or 6 copies to the same person if you're like me. Keep forgetting to put them up. So
Or you know what? You had that collection of variant covers, and you're like, yeah, for that. And I know for prose though, that kind of ticks me off a little bit. Those variant covers, because I'll be at a bookstore and I'm like, oh, my favorite author. I don't recognize the cover, right? And I grab it and I buy it,
yeah.
and the next thing I know, it's like, oh man, I already read this book. I don't know if that's the same for comics. I really don't, but I know it's for books. I'm like, oh,
That's a possibility. Yeah,
drives me
I
nuts.
don't doubt it. I think the difference between that is though is they don't the for prose or books like that for art like that they don't all come out with variant covers at one time. Like for comic books, it's one day and you've got 10 variant covers. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
And I speaking of flipping through magazines and stories and stuff, Mad Magazine. I grew up with it. I
Yeah, oh,
love
yeah.
Mad Magazine. So I don't know. Did you want to take it? Is it
Sure.
your turn or mine?
I got it.
Yep.
Longtime Mad writer Frank Jacobs passes away at 92. Frank Jacobs was one of the most prolific writers in the history of Mad Magazine. Passed away at the age of 92. Want to know more? You check it out at CBR.com. I was mad and cracked. That's who I
Yes.
used to read.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the stuff that they would come up with. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
I
What me
miss Mad.
worry?
They've been gone
I,
for a couple years now, I think.
that was like my motto. What me worry? It's just to this day.
Yeah.
Here we go with Legacy of the View. It's official. The Kickstarter of the 3rd installment of Legacy of the View will be coming soon. All supporters, click the link below or in the bio to get notifications about the launch of the campaign. This is over on Kickstarter, you guys. I haven't clicked that link yet to see if it is live yet because this was posted on the 5th.
Let's see.
Let's see, indeed.
Here's
But
Legacy of
I would love to know.
Not
Okay,
yet.
so hit the notify me on launch, guys. It really helps. I think you have to have a minimum of
like 50, huh? I think.
I forget before you get to see how many people, what the counter is on how many people. But there is a minimum that you have to hit. And quite honestly, it helps, guys. It helps because when you hit that notify me on launch, you get an email and it really helps with that first day boost on a Kickstarter. So head over there. Johan Vasquez. I'm going to say that's, hopefully I didn't mess up your name.
Honan Vasquez.
Yeah. Honan? Okay, Honan Vasquez returns to Invader Zim for comic book finale. What kind of finale? Time dumps and pig farts. Oh, I'm there already. Invader Zim says goodbye, and you can find out more on gamesradar.com.
They had a Netflix revival movie come out about a year or so ago, and it was pretty good. Where everybody's still holding their breath, hoping that the series will come back. Still unfairly canceled, only because their target audience wasn't getting hit. They were looking for young kids, and you had older teens and preteens, and of course adults hit it up, which is one of my favorite cartoons of all time. Was Invader Zim. So, And of course, last Monday, we got to sit down with the legendary J.D. Calderon and Karen Stevens to talk about their books, The Chronicles of Oswald and Tall Tales from J.D. And of course, Oculus, which is still live on Kickstarter. Both of them have Kickstarters going on right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Go check that out. So we have Oculus from Karen Stevens, and you have Tall Tales from J.D. Calderon, and I think he has an Indiegogo.
Can you
also
hit the see more button? I don't know if we've got a description in there. Yeah.
There we go.
So there we go. And JD's got two. He's got Kickstarter, which is the trade paperback of Tall Tales Thieves Quest Volume 1. And then My Time with Clive 1 through 4 is on Indiegogo. I believe that is still an active campaign, not quite in demand yet.
No. Yeah,
I think it's close though. Yeah. But if you want to, guys, to get these links, you can head over to the Geek Insider YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button while you're there, and check it out. We try to include those links so that you can follow them and give them some love. And if you can't support it, that's okay. Hit the share button and let your network know. That's how we advocate for one another.
All right, in Geiger, Jeff Jones pins another Arab character into the comic world. There's no doubt comic book fans are well aware of Jeff Jones' illustrious career, rather writing for some of DC's most iconic series. That's on ArabAmericanNews.com.
Okay.
So if you're interested in that, go check that out.
And I see stickers.
Oh, let's see.
I see all kinds of stickers here. And that looks like Daphne Lage art. Well, in fact, it is. Daphne Lage says, 20 backers already. Help us reach the halfway mark by noon tomorrow. And the first 30 physical backers get this neat little sticker and pin pack as thanks for supporting us on the first day. I believe that they hit that. If not, they were really freaking close.
Oh, yeah. They were, last time I checked, they were only like
400
and some change.
Right, but it was in the first 24 hours that they were really trying to get this boost. If you love stickers and you love Daphne Lage and J.D. Calderon, and definitely head over there.
Oh, yeah. Now, this is some more sad news. Joy Hummel, first woman hired to write Wonder Woman comics, dies at 97. So her work was published under a pseudonym and all but forgotten until recent years. If you want to know more about Joy, go to WashingtonPost.com and read all about that.
Wow. Okay. And here we go. Netflix acquires Sony movie streaming rights starting in 2022, including Spider-Man and Venom franchises. You can find out more about that on comicbook.com. But I guess a new agreement has been struck. Maybe we'll see more and more. Huh?
I don't know. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest with you. You'd think that Disney would have swept in there and grabbed it up. But,
right.
Okay.
The bartering must have been pretty intense.
Said, all right, Netflix, I'm watching you. I trust you, Netflix. Your complete guide to DC's 2021 Round Robin. Hear ye, hear ye. Welcome, citizens of the DC Universe, to Round Robin. And, of course, Round Robin was where you got to vote on pitches for their next comic book. And there's several of them. There's several good ones, which is sad to think that a lot of them are not going to get made. But hopefully there'll be enough ruckus behind some of those pitches that they'll say, hey, maybe we'll do 2 or 3 of these. But if you want to, go check it out at community.dcuniverseinfinite.com and go place your vote, guys. This is DC giving you a chance to voice your opinion on certain pitches and things out there that you might like to see.
Well, I think that even shows how valuable those pitches are, because you don't, I mean, obviously you have the people who are going to follow you from campaign to campaign, hey, mom. But then you might have people who are new to you. And unless you have a pitch and unless you're trying to market to a new audience as well as your current one, you can't expect growth without reaching the new audience.
No.
So those pitches are really important. Backer pause is something that has been done in this network in order to step up and level up your videos to catch people's attention. And I believe that it really helps a campaign.
Whew. Yeah.
So what is
sorry.
this?
Oh, I'm looking at pictures again. That's the problem this morning. Oh my gosh! Look at all the people. So here's some sad news, but still, it's encased in some happy news. This is from COMiXbeat.com. Con updates: HeroCon and MOCCA postponed. Oh, but
Mhm.
New York Comic Con 2021 may be in-person events. Of course, we always have to keep an eye out on what's going on with that pesky worldwide villain. But if you want to know more about that, check out COMiXbeat.com and see what they have to say about it.
And again, tune into the what is it, Comics Highway, that will have those weekly updates for you. WandaVision VFX team reveals creepy fact about Vision. What? You can find more about that on comicbook.com.
Yeah, if you want to see Vision with ears, go check it out.
I am telling you, I'm having withdrawal issues because I want WandaVision back. Like,
I'm telling.
Now.
That's what they want. It's like leave you wanting more. So that's what they did to you.
And it was, for me, it was a rough start. I still can't get my husband to watch the first episode with me. And I told him, I promise you it gets better. I promise you. And then you're hooked. I mean, that was just amazing storytelling. Amazing.
The first episode, they released 2 episodes one time, the first day, which was smart of them because the first episode only touched a little bit on what was going on. The second episode kind of opened it up a little bit more. So they really wanted to get you hooked. But yeah, once you get past those first 2 episodes at least, by the end of it, then you start wondering what's going on, what's happening and everything. So yeah.
But yeah, okay. So creepy reveal on Vision.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm interested.
The effects on that were just awesome.
And speaking of backer paws, see? I don't know.
All right. Okay, backer paws goes to Saturn with Sophia Saturn, a complete miniseries. If y'all want to see what that's about and what the pitch is, how did it fare against the judges of backer paws? Go check out backer paws, guys. Of course, comicbookadvocates.com, backer paws, and check out what they had to say about it. Hey, who knows? It might be a book that you want to pick up.
Yep. And it's kind of neat too, because a lot of people who volunteer their videos to Backer Paws, they want to level up, and they want to see how the audience is going to react. So the panel might be industry people, but they are also consumers. Don't forget that. And here we go. Shared on the Comics News Wire, Marvel's Empire series receives GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D, Outstanding Comic Book Award. Marvel's 2020 Empire event is being honored for the stories which brought to fruition the long-awaited union between Hulkling and Wiccan.
Okay. Hey, do you know who Wiccan is?
No, I don't think I do.
But you do. That's actually Scarlet Witch's son.
Oh.
That is the Billy and WandaVision is Wiccan. Okay. So there's a good chance, guys, we're probably going to see some more of those guys, Billy and Tommy. Not only not to spoil it for anybody, but we heard a little bit something about them. But of course, you have, I think Tommy's name is Speed and Billy's name is Wiccan. So that's all about. They kind of they want to remind you about Scarlet Witch's kids. So they don't have a picture yet.
And that was on ScreenRant.com.
Yeah. Also coming from ScreenRant.com is Punisher star teams with Logan writers on new Lycan comic series. In addition to playing the Punisher, Thomas Jane is a comic writer, and early next year, Aftershock Comics will debut his latest series, Lycan. Now that's something I knew about Thomas Jane. So that's cool. Again, that's on ScreenRant.com.
And we've mentioned this already with
enough, y'all. Check out Geek Speak.
Geek Speak.
Mondays.
With this guy and me.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so here we go with comic book preview. Blade Runner 2029, number 4. Titan Comics in canon Blade Runner 2029 series continues this week with the release of issue number 4. Check out the official preview here on flickeringmyth.com.
Guys, don't get upset if you get to 2029 and it doesn't look like that. I know. No flying cars, no replicants, nothing like that. But
This
hey,
is
that's
why,
an alternate world.
and one of the reasons why I don't want to date any futuristic stuff,
No.
because the reality, once you hit there, I was like, just,
See, and I don't mind not even putting like not even specifying that it's on Earth or not. For that matter,
yeah,
to be honest with you, because you look at Avatar: The Last Airbender, they had all you knew this there's 4 nations. Didn't tell you what planet they were on. It didn't tell you any of that. So, and then,
yeah.
sometimes your world building doesn't have to be built on top of a pre-existing world.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what we have here, Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1 trailer is released. You want to check it out on comicbook.com. Of course, that goes into a long list of the Batman animated stuff
Mm-hmm.
that seems to be getting some good traction. And I know who this is, but I'm going to go
I
ahead
have
and open this
no
up.
idea. Yeah, I have no idea what this is about.
That's one thing I could say about the man. I could tell his style.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
All right. This is from Erin Humphreys. Meet Faraday. She's a cybernetic mercenary coming to a new comic book from Silverline Comics. More info on the comic is coming soon. That is over on Silverline. And you can find out more about this on indieplanet.com/Silverline.
All right. Of course, he's also the one who just finished up. Aaron Humphreys was the artist on Friar Rush that just finished up its Kickstarter with Silverline.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the weekly pool? Who do we have this week coming out? We have Green Lantern, Warhammer 40,000, and whatever B is. It's almost new comic book day, which means new releases hitting stores and digital platforms. Check that out on comicbook.com. Before you head out to the store this weekend and find out what you want in store, go to comicbook.com. Check out what came out this week. Sometimes you'll be pleasantly surprised. It's hard to keep up with what's coming up. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So go check that out at comicbook.com.
And Matt Campbell is sharing this, the cover for the first issue of Mythica. Can't believe we are working on number 8 now. Congratulations. That takes a lot of work. And
they've definitely progressed.
Yep. And it says here very clearly at the bottom, suggested for mature readers. So before you hand it over to the kids, make sure you read it first. Naked lady on the cover might be an indication. I'm just saying.
You never know. You never know. All right. And the Suicide Squad, John Cena reveals Peacemaker's. Oh, it's Peacemaker's house. And a new video released to YouTube. WWE legend and the Suicide Squad, John Cena reveals, I think that must be Peacemaker's helmet. I'm not going to open it up to find out. You're going to have to go to comicbook.com and check that out. All about Peacemaker, who's also, from what I rumored to hear, getting his own HBO series. So John Cena better bring it in that movie, guys.
Mm-hmm. And I see a little bit of Kid Chaos here. And this is from Super Earth Comics Group. All 5 corners of Kid Chaos #1 available right here. Right here. Fight now for $7.99 plus shipping. Just message me and I'll get those books out directly. International orders are welcome as well. Super Earth Comics Group for Kid Chaos.
All right. And there's in a press release. Asylum Press announces the release of the previews of June 2021 solicitations available from Diamond Comics distributors. Check that out on creatorsofwrittensins.com, where you want to get, if there's something that you want, guys, get that number. Tell your your local comic book store, the LBS, to get it for you. And don't let up. Tell them you want it. You get it for me.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it. And another thing from Gamal Hennessy, that you really want to tune into him because he's a smart dude. Very smart. And he knows what he's talking about. Penguin Random House Publisher Services is seeking a managing editor to manage titles on behalf of our client, Kodansha Comics. The managing editor will primarily assign manga titles to editors, translators, and letterers, create deadlines, and maintain publishing schedules, and ensure on-time completion of those titles. And Gamal does share the link here, jobsearch.createyourowncareer.com.
All right. So if you're really into manga and you have that knowledge, go get into business. Look, even if you're an artist and you like manga, but you're able to fill that need. Get into business any way you can. Look, they'll tell you if you know how to letter, ink, color, and pencil, you need to send off four different job applications. One for lettering, one for coloring, one for inking, one for penciling. The more you know, the more you can get into the business, guys. Let's see.
You've got this one?
Yeah, sure. This is from Preston Poulter. Guinevere and the Divinity Factor #4 Mega Campaign, featuring exclusive and limited edition covers from Paolo Pantalina. So check that out. That's going to be a Kickstarter exclusive cover. And I assume, is it launched on Kickstarter yet? Can we open that?
We should be able to.
Let's see.
Have they launched?
Yeah, they have.
They've got 20 days to go.
All right.
All right, not that far from
So
goal.
it's covers from Paolo Pantalina, Whiskey Paint, and Matt Weldon. So check that out.
Okay.
Some pretty art.
San Diego Comic-Con announces dates for November 2021 convention. To find out more, head over to comicbook.com or go to San Diego Comic-Con. Do a search and you'll find some information there on how to get tickets and all that good stuff. And maybe a guest lineup.
Ooh, I feel sorry for the people that have to go to New York Comic-Con in October and then I'll back over to San Diego in November. Oh my gosh. Cross country.
Well, you know, and this year seems to be kind of like, because a lot of the earlier ones had been postponed and pushed. So it just seems like at the end of the year, they're going to be piled on top of each other and people are going to be forced to choose, you know?
Yep.
It's just the way it goes. Hopefully next year it'll be a little bit more spread out on that calendar.
Yeah, we'll see. The crazies are coming. Sign up for the launch of issue #3 on Kickstarter today. Special deal for first day backers. So go over there and look for Catch the Crazies.
And that is from
good
Sam
friend
Vera.
Yeah.
Claire and the Dragons, #1 from Scoot COMiX. Previews April 2021. Pre-order catalog. Let's see. Orders due April 18th. So you're kind of running out of time, I guess. But for Claire and the Dragons, it is APR 211903. If you're interested in that, make sure you let your comic book shop know so that they can get it on the shelves.
All right. And Peacemaker punches out a DC hero in Suicide Squad. Learn about that at comicbook.com. The DC Comics latest iteration of the Suicide Squad has abandoned any of the previously guaranteed what? I don't know. Check it out at comicbook.com.
And Comic Book School, they've got a special guest, Jamal Engel, and it's a script review. Tune in to comicbookschool.com. And let's see here. So Jamal is an American writer, comic book illustrator, editor, and animation storyboard artist whose experiences have taken him across the field of sequential arts. The 30-plus year industry veteran, and he's going to be there for Comic Book School to talk about scripts for comics. Please join the discussion on the forums and ask your questions up front. So there is a link there. Head over to, I think this is creatorsofwrittensins.com, and you can hit those links.
Of course, this is from Rob. I love my Jaxie. Thanks to Richard Rivera for the awesome shirt. Awareness about autism will help us all. We will all know someone with autism in our lifetime.
I look at one in the mirror every day. So this is the Comics Market Watch for the 14th week of 21. Let's check out what's causing waves and exciting fans in the comics industry and its market. Want your event, Kickstarter, Indiegogo mentioned? Make sure that you head over to Creators of Written Sins. There's a way that you can contact them with an email.
All right. Batman and Huntress share the spotlight in Detective Comics number 1035, The Neighborhood Part 2. Want to know more about it and take a look at it? Take a look over at dccomics.com.
And reimagined heroes debut and dangerous new threats emerge in the Heroes Reborn trailer. Everything and everyone you knew in the Marvel Universe has been reborn. Again?
Hey, we got to have a new universe. Come on.
All right, so here we go. And then you just
Sure,
want to
you're
head
the
over
universe.
to marvel.com to find out more about the Reborn. Heroes Reborn.
All right. John Romita Jr. returns to Marvel. Legendary artist John Romita Jr. will rejoin Marvel Comics starting this July. I mean, a lot of people will be happy about that. Again, that's more information you can find out at marvel.com.
And April 7's new Marvel
I'm
Comics.
glad you knew that was
Oh,
April. I
yes.
would have said Prill. I would have said Prill.
I was like, that's gotta say April.
Oh,
Watch
that's
as
it,
King in Black and Venom come to their closing stages. More endings? I don't know. You'll have to check it out on marvel.com.
All right. Look inside X-Men Curse of the Man-Thing, number 1. The Curse of the Man-Thing story comes to a close on May 5th. Want some more information about that? About Marvel Swamp Thing? Yeah, I said it. Check it out at marvel.com.
The Reign of X brings new X-Men series from Jonathan Hickman, Jerry Duggan, and more. This is more from marvel.com.
Wow. Look at
So
all that.
check out the timeline.
So if you are an X-Men fan, it's about to get real for you. Real.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Avengers Campus opens June 4th, 2021. So that's great. If you want to become an Avenger, you can apparently go to school for it. I didn't know that was a thing. But hey, there you go. All New Land will soon welcome superhero recruits at marvel.com. So get out there, get you some gamma rays going on, guys.
I guess. And if you want to stay in the know for the 14 week of 21, we kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier. Head over to comicbookadvocates.com, give that a like, sign up for the newsletter, and get in the know.
All right. Arts and entertainment, fun and games top stories. There's never been a better time to get into comic books. So says observer.case.edu. What do they mean? Go check it out and see what they have to say.
Jupiter's Legacy trailer sends the comic issues soaring in price. The release of the trailer for the upcoming Jupiter's Legacy Netflix series has caused the price of the first issue of the comic book series to spike. Why? Because everybody's curious now. They want to know what's going on. Head over to CBR.com to find out more.
The boys became such a huge hit, they don't want to miss what Jupiter's Legacy has to bring.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be an interesting fight.
I love the boys. I can't wait for that to return too.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, Marvel launches Madripoor website. What? Marvel is giving fans a much bigger look at Madripoor. If you don't know what Madripoor is, go watch the last episode. Maybe not today because I haven't seen it. Shush, don't say anything. But Falcon and Winter Soldier from last week, where they visited Madripoor and what Madripoor is. So they, with a new site they just launched, Marvel launched. Check out at comicbook.com what they have to say about the lawless Madripoor.
Did you not see the third episode?
I did not. I saw the third episode. The fourth one came out this morning. I have not seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm all like, look, picture.
Must see.
It was a rough night.
WandaVision VFX team reveals the biggest inspiration for the Hex. The Disney Plus series has some news, but you want to head over to comicbook.com to find out more about what that is.
And that just goes to the staying power of that show. We're still talking about it weeks after it's over with. And of course, if you want your event, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or news shared on our site, send us an email with all the info needed to advocate for your news to Comics Newswire at yahoo.com. .com, not kind.com. But we want to be kind and share. Meredith,
Hey, well, ContinuumComics.com, where creators rise through creation, bridging universes together. Continuum Comics. We're going to be delivering that book soon. It just went to the printers, you guys. So I can't wait to flip through those pages because we have 2 stories in it. I'm really excited about it.
Right. And of course, Geek Insider, check us out with Geek Speak. And they don't just talk about comics, guys. They've got a whole bunch of stuff. In fact, I really enjoyed the interview that you had with
Sully.
Sully, yeah.
Sully, the OxyClean guy. All right, yeah. Yes. I mean, Kings of Kush is his show on Vice, and he started a farm in Vermont growing rocks. No, not really. He's growing.
What is that about? You need to go find it. Go find the interview.
You need to find the interview on Geek Insider. Head over to the YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. Head over to Comic Book Advocates YouTube as well. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell, so that you can get notified when we go live, because you never know. You know, chasing down some of the entertainment people, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough because they have a pretty tight schedule, and a lot of them are on press junkets, so they've got limited amount of time. But with Anthony, Sully Sullivan, the OxyClean guy, Kings of Kush, we thought we had 15 minutes. It was almost an hour. Really cool stuff. So
really great interview. Really important stuff to talk about too.
Yeah.
So, so we know we can find you at Geek Insider. Where else can we find you?
Well, you guys, if you want to follow me all over social media, as long as you're not peeking through my windows, we're good. But you can head over to linktree.com/MEREJ99. You can do a search for me, and most of my stuff will pop up. See, how about you?
You can always find me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And, of course, right here on Fridays, now on Mondays and Sundays for Comic Book Advocates and Geek Insider. So. And there's that. So I guess we're done with the news. You want to take us out?
I guess I'm going to scroll through here and see if I can find that outro. Give me 1 second. Oh, you know what? Well, let me see. I think Keanu Reeves is going to give us a quick visit.
Comics are awesome.
Indeed. See you guys. And we'll see you Sunday Comics Brunch, 11 a.m. ish.